Let's start with the power of analogies. And obviously I'm talking in a learning and development context, but it became apparent the other day in a meeting that actually people are still quite surprised when you use one, but the impact it has is huge. And I suppose it comes back to have you ever noticed that some ideas stick in your mind long after training ends? Others fade away the next morning. It was a great day, but you can't remember really what your takeaways were. And one of the techniques for making sure that learning sticks is analogies, because they're a bit like superglue when it comes to memory, because you connect to something new because of what you already know. It's like you've got hooks in your brain and you can already hook it onto something. And once you've seen that connection, it's really hard to forget because it's connected to something that you've already experienced, you already know. So why do they work? Well, analogies are so powerful for learning because, one, they simplify the complex. They take something abstract, make it concrete, and explain it in a way that's really easy to understand. They trigger emotions. And who doesn't remember what they feel? When you've had an emotional experience, that stays with you for such a long time. And analogies are a great way to help us do that in the training room. And they also create a shared language. So a whole group can hold on to the same picture. If you've got an analogy of a journey, I used that to describe CPD the other day, because you need a clear map and you need somebody to take you on that journey. You need a navigator. So that's why, to be a good CPD trainer, you need to understand that. You take different pathways depending on who's in the room with you. You need a compass. So for me, I use the analogy of the compass being coaching, because it doesn't tell you it doesn't tell you where to go, but it does direct you on the route of true north. When I explain training in this way, people don't just understand it in that moment. They can recall it weeks or months later, because they can see it. They've got a picture, they've got an image to be able to hang back on. That map, that compass, are really powerful images that we all know and understand. And being able to see that, being able to, the analogy, if you've talked about a particular journey, a challenging journey, then people have had that emotional response too. It's so powerful. And you can create analogies for everything, and it's not to say we need an analogy in every session, but if we're trying to make something stick, it's so powerful. So if you're teaching, training or coaching, think about the last time you used an analogy. Did it help people get it quicker? Did it help them remember it long after? Did they come and talk to you about it again at another time, way in the future? The truth is, the right analogy can turn a complicated idea into something people carry with them, like a mental image they can pull out when they need it most. So next time you are planning a session, don't just think about your content. Think about whether you can create an analogy, because often it's not the bullet points people remember. It's certainly not the presentation. It's the story, the picture, and the journey. And that's the power of analogies. They don't just teach information. They really make learning memorable.